students, the main objective of today's lecture on the Sapta Matrika in ancient Indian texts. There are number of myths relating to the origin of the 7 mothers. They represent the Shaktis of the important familiar deities are Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Indrani and Chamunda. There are occasional variations in the list of the Matrikas with regard to their number and the order of their enumeration. Usually they are 7, though 8 or more of them can be counted. The Varaha Purana relates the origin of the 7 mothers with the Shivas fighting with the Andhukasura, who was bestowed with the power of multiplying into many secondary asuras of equal strength than his primary self of his blood, oozing from the wounds of his body, fall on the earth. The god Shiva created out of the flame that was issuing from the mouth a Shakti called Yogeshwari to stop the blood from falling on the ground. Besides Yogeshwari, Shiva created another Brahma, Indra, Varaha, Vishnu, Kumara, Yama also presented their Shaktis to assist Shiva against Andhukasura. All 3 Matrikas known as Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Indrani and Chamunda were to lick the blood of Andhukasura before it falls on the ground from his wound caused by the blow of Shiva. The Devi Mahatmya relates the origin of the Matrikas with the fight of Devi Chandika with the demon Sumbha and Raktavija. According to the Varaha Purana, all the Matrikas were employed to lick the blood oozing from the body of the demon Andhukasura. But in the Devi Mahatmya, this role is singularly specified to Chamunda. According to the Varaha Purana, the Matrikas are 8, including the name of Yogeshwari. But in other list of Ashtamatrikas, instead the name of Yogeshwari, the name of Narasimhi is included in the Shri Tattvanidhi. Instead, Yogeshwari or Narasimhi, the name of Mahalakshmi, is presented in the list of the Ashtamatrikas along with the other 7 Matrikas named as Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Mahindri and Chamunda. The Sukanda Purana, the Devi Purana and the Brahma Vaivarata Purana mention more Matrikas, whereas only 8 Matrikas have been mentioned by the Devi Bhagavata. The Nitya So Dasika Arnava, the Pancha Shastra Tantra, the Linga Purana, the Mantra Maho Dadhi of Mahi Dhara and the Varaha Purana. The Katha Sarita Sagra refers to a group of the Matrikas headed by Narayani. According to the version of the Suprabheda Gama, the origin of the Matrikas is assigned to Brahma, who employed them in his conflict against Naitra. Vrahamihra refers to the worship of the Matra Ganas as the main manifestation of the Shakti cult. The Mrichkatika also bears testimony to the worship of the Matrikas by the people in general. Hemachandra refers to a household temple for the worship of the Matrikas. The Agni Purana, the Amshud Bheda Agama, the Purva Karma Agana, the Vishwa Karma Shastra, the Shilparatna and others describe the forms of the Saptika Matrikas. According to the Suprabheda Gama, it is recommended that Brahmani should be sculptured like Brahma, Maheshwari like Maheshwara, Vaishnavi like Vishnu, Varahi as a short woman with an angry face and holding a plough as her weapon. Indrani like Indra, the Chamunda as terrific women. She should have her hair in a disheveled condition, should possess a dark complexion and have 4 arms. She should possess the Trishul in one of her hands and carry a Kapala in the other. All the Matrikas are to be shown seated and should have 2 of her hands in the Varada and Abhaya poses, while the other 2 hands should carry weapons appropriate to their male counterparts. They should be shown seated upon Padma asanas. So, in the Devi Mahatmya, the process of formation of these Matrikas are elaborately described. Said that from the bodies of Brahma, Shiva, Kartikeya, Vishnu, Indra and their Shaktis approached Chandika to fight with the Asuras in the form of their own gods. It is described that in an aerial car borne by Hamsas came out the Shaktis of Brahma holding a rosary, a water pot. She is called Brahmani. Shiva's Shakti Maheshwari came seated on a bull holding a trident, wearing bracelets of the great serpent and adorned with a streak of the moon. Ambika, in the form of Kumari, assuming the form of Kartikeya, came out to fight the Asuras, holding a spear in hand and riding on a beautiful peacock. Vaishnavi, the Shakti of Vishnu, seated on a Garuda, came out holding in her hand a conch, a discus, a mace, a bow and a sword. The Shakti of Hari, called Varahi, assuming the matchless form of Hari as Yajna Varahi, also advanced. Narasimhi arrived assuming the form of Narasimha, throwing, shaking of her manes. Similarly, Indri holding a thunderbolt and seated on the lord of elephants. Right. She appears like Indra. It is stated in the Devi Mahatmya that the goddess herself issued forth her Shakti called Shiva Duti to take her share against the Daitya Sumpha. The Shri Tattvamriti explains the individual features of these Matrikas. Brahmani, the first of the Matrikas, is of golden color and has 4 faces. She has 6 hands. In the right 3 hands she shows the posture of Varada and holds a rosary and the Sruva. In the left hands she holds a book and Kundli and shows the posture of Abhaya. She adorns herself with ornaments and wears the skin of deer as Uttaya. She rides a goose. The Vishnu Dharmottara and the Matsya Purana too have the same text of Shri Tattvamriti. The Rupa Mandana and the Amusha Bhedagama recommend only 4 hands. Rupa Mandana mentions the 4 hands holding a rosary, a water pot, the Sruva and a book. The Amusha Bhedagama refers that Brahmani should be shown with 4 faces and with 4 hands. Her mount is goose and it is represented on her banner. She wears a yellow garment and her head is adorned with a Karanda Mukta. Maheshwari, the second Matrika in the Shri Tattvamriti, sits on bull. She has 5 faces, 3 eyes and 10 hands. She holds usual weapons in her hands and has white complexion. According to Vishnu Dharmottara Purana, she has 6 hands and 5 faces. She sits on the bull. As a 4-armed Matrika, she has been described in a number of texts such as Rupa Mandana, Matsya Purana, Amusha Bhedagama and Purva Karana Agama. The Matrika Kumari is described in the various texts. Vishnu Dharmottara Purana recommends her 12 hands and the Amusha Bhedagama, Rupa Mandana and Karana Agama only 4 hands. Matrika Kumari sits on a Mayura and wears a red garment according to Amusha Bhedagama. According to the Rupa Mandana, in 3 hands of the Matrika, Shula, Shakti, Gadda and Abhaya Mudra are possessed. The 4th Matrika of the Shri Tattvamriti is Vaishnavi. She is described as a Matrika with 6 hands, showing in one of the right hands the Varada, a club and a lotus. The 2 of her lifted hands hold a conch, a discus and Abhaya poses. Her mount is Garuda. She is of blue complexion and wears a Vanamala. This account tallies to the description of the Vishnu Dharmottara Purana. According to the Amusha Bhedagama, she is 4-handed, shows a conch and a discus and the Varada and the Abhaya poses. According to Devi Purana, her hands show the emblems of Vishnu, that is a conch, a discus, a club and a lotus. The same is the description of the Purva Karnagama. Varahi, the 5th Matrika, according to the Shri Tattvamriti, is of black complexion. She has 6 hands. Her face is like a boar. Forms of Varahi are described in the Shri Tattvanidhi. They are Dandhana Varahi, Svapna Navarahi and Sudha Varahi. The sixth Matrika, Indrani, is of golden color and rides an elephant. She is of mild nature. She has 6 hands with various attributes. She is described as having 1,000 eyes. Vishnu Dharmottara Purana too gives the same account. According to the Amshabhedagama, Indrani is having 4 heads, in which she shows the Varada and the Abhayamudra, and in the rest of the 2 hands she holds a spear and a thunderbolt. Her emblem as well as the mount is an elephant. Her complexion is red and has only 3 eyes. Rupa Mandana recommends many eyes of the Matrika. According to the Shri Tattvanidhi, Chamunda, the 7th of the Matrikas, is of black complexion and of dreadful look. Her mount is the dead body of a human being and adorns herself with the snakes. Her body is emaciated and belly thin. Her eyes are sunken. She is Kama Rupeni. She has 10 arms with various weapons. According to the Vishnu Dharmottara Purana, her complexion is red. Her hair is abundant and thick and bristles upwards. According to the Amshabhedagama, her hands hold a skull or a trident and show the Varada and the Abhay mudras. According to the Purvakarna Agama, her left hands hold a kapal full of flesh and fire. In the right hand she holds the snake. The Amshabhedagama describes her seat a lotus, while the Purvakarna mentions an owl to be her mount, alternatively with a corpse. It also adds that for flag represents an eagle. In Grahanidhi of the Shri Tattvanidhi, the monk's colors are mentioned to meditate on them for the specific purpose of prosperity. Thus, Brahmi, who is of Kanaka Varna, should be mentioned for Saubhagya and youth. She rides on a swan. Maheshwari, who adorns her head with a moon, is white complexion, should be meditated for glory. Kumari, who rides on a peacock, should be meditated for satisfaction. The Matrika Vaishnavi is meditated for prosperity in grains. Varahi provides pleasure, and Indrani rides a bull and is of golden color. She is to be meditated for valor. Chamunda also rides a bull and destroys the family of the demons. These Matrikas are represented either collectively on Matrika Pata or individually seated on a separate asana. Noted scholars are of the view that these Matrikas were existent in the Vedic period, and their images can be seen in the Indus Valley civilization. Rigveda speaks of these 7 mothers who control the preparation of Soma. Vangu is of the view that the description of Mahabharata regarding the 7 Matrikas are the same which appeared on the seals of the Indus Valley civilization. Zimmer H. in his book The Art of Indian Asia explains the shrines of the 7 mothers. Sarah L. Satruka thinks that Matrikas may be inspired by the concept of yakshas who are associated with Skanda and Kubera. In India, shrines of the Sapta Matrikas are located in the wilderness and are made of 7 vermilion smeared stones. It is believed that the Matrikas kill fetus and newborn and pregnant women worship them. When they are appeared, they ensure the happiness. The Nat Shastra mentions the worship of the Matrikas before setting up the stage. They are generally worshipped on all the occasions with Navgrahas and Dikpalas and at night with a goddess. The Devi Purana mentions that these Matrikas are worshipped for liberation by all. The banners of the Sapta Matrikas are carved outside the Udayagiri caves. These are listed as swan, bull, peacock, conch, discus, elephant and skelt attributes of the Matrika. Tantra Raja Tantra discussed the worship of the Matrikas as letters of the alphabet. The Varaha Purana states that these mother goddesses are 8 in number and includes among them the goddess Yogeshwari. The Purana says that these Matrikas represent 8 mental qualities which are morally bad. Maheshwari represents anger, Vaishnavi covetousness, Brahmani pride, Kaumari illusion, Indrani fault finding, Chamunda tail bearing. Thank you very much.